private estate. Folks, I wanted you to see this. We can only see it from afar. I had the good fortune about 20 years ago. I led a tour here, and I knew the people at the time who owned the estate. This is called Brisa, and it was actually developed by a man named John Semple, who was a wealthy Pittsburgh attorney, and he pulled together an architectural firm from Pittsburgh named Keno and Elliott, and they designed right up the edge of the bay. This is about 12 feet above sea level. Again, this would be really high ground for us. They developed or designed this beautiful Spanish colonial style home over there. And I was in it just one time. Actually, brought a tour group in and had like a late breakfast there. It was fantastic. Wow. But later on, an archaeological dig was done here, and it came up with a lot of interesting Indian artifacts and what have you. We know that during the Third Seminole War, there was a war fought between American forces and Native Americans, specifically Seminoles and Miccosukkees. During the Third Seminole War, 1855, 1858, two white gentlemen who operated a Kunti starch mill here were killed by Indians on this site. And again, the advantage over here is it's high ground on the water. But it later became this beautiful estate. And over time, a lot of different people lived in this estate, including a lady named Julia Field, who was one of the heirs to the Marshall Field fortune. Marshall Field was the biggest department store in Chicago, among other places. Now it's naturally a Macy's. But it was on its own for a long period of time. Julia Field was also a lion tamer and one of the founders and one of the proprietors of the Crandon Park Zoo. Now, the Crandon Park Zoo really predates most of the folks here, but the zoo that we know is, it used to be called Metro Zoo down in South Bay. Now, what is it today? Miami Zoo or something? They renamed it? Zoo Miami. Zoo Miami. I love you zoo aficionados here. This is great. Well, long story short, Zoo Miami from 1948 when it opened until 1980 was on Crandon Park. And it's politically incorrect because it was a cage zoo. Almost all the animals were in cages. Now, Zoo Miami, his name's driving me crazy. The Zoo Miami, of course, is kind of out in the open and what have you. But Julia Field was a lion tamer who lived here and also ran the Crandon Park Zoo.